Hi girls, hi Nonit. This is Derek at the Peace Tech Lab, and I'm just going to give you a little tutorial about how you can adapt your app to work not just in India, but in any country in the world. Um, the problem that we're encountering is that the way that the app currently tells the phone to look up a Google map only works in India. The web address for an Indian uh, view of Google Map is different from the web address of someone who is in America or France or Australia, right? So what we need to do is make the phone recognize the country that the user is in and then tell it to find the app that, or the map rather, that is made for the right country. And it's a pretty easy thing to do. We should do it in just a few steps. So let me show you how it's done. Okay, so we go to MIT App Inventor, and we go over to the map screen, and then we look at the blocks. So I've made some changes to the blocks here, and I've written out these instructions for you so you can follow along with my email. But the first step is to initialize a global variable that you call URL to follow. So basically, this is going to be the block, or this is going to be the variable that replaces the web address for Google Maps that you find throughout the app. The next thing we do is make a new method called localize. You put inside the localized method an if then clause, and then you treat it like this. You say if the text address data.text, so that's the information that's generated when your location sensor finds where the app is, or finds where the phone is. If addressData.text contains the word USA, then you know your user is in the United States, and you can tell them to go to www.google.com when they look for the app. But if the addressData.text contains the word India as its country address, then you know that the user is in India, and you have to direct them to www.google.co.in. So I've done it for these two countries to start with. What you're going to want to do is go to make a new if-then clause for every country that you want the app to support. The list, which I'm going to share with this video in the description, you can find a list of Google domains here. So there are a lot of them. You have a different one for everything from the Ascension Islands to India to Russia to, well, what's the last one? Zimbabwe, right? There's a different code for each of these that you would just insert into the app right here. Okay? So once you have this localized method, then you need to call it, which you can easily do at the menu when location sensor dot location changed. Inside this block, you want to call localize just before you show the map. So basically, you're saying, okay, phone, find out which country my user is in and change the global URL to follow. And then do the other things that you normally do. When you go to show map, you would replace the text that's ordinarily here with your new variable, URL to follow. And then you'd also do the same for the share section where you're sending the link to your emergency contact with a map address that they can go to. Okay? And that's it. That's all you would need to do in order to make the phone realize that it's supporting another country and to change its behavior to make it fit that country. I've written out these list of steps, and I've made an example that I can share with you guys. But there's two other things that I wanted to cover. Going back to the map screen, or I'm sorry, to the first screen, you have some changes to make here too. So you've published your app on the Google Play Store in India, but now you want to update the app and show Google the new version that you've come up with. So what you want to do is come down to the bottom right here to the section that says title, version code, and version name. Every time you update an app, you need to tell Google that you've changed it so that it knows which is the most up-to-date version and can tell users, oh, you need an update for this app. So on your version, the version code was initially 1. You just want to change that to 2. And because we haven't implemented a whole new set of features, we're just updating the current features, you're just going to increase the app version number by 1. So this will be version 1.1. And then right here, I also noticed that you had left the title blank. This title will inform Google about the icon name. Well, say that you're bug fixing this app and you want to hand the APK to somebody not through the Google Store. This is where you would say, "Women Fight Back." The app name. It's up to you, but it's a pretty useful thing sometimes. Okay, and the only other thing that I wanted to cover today is the idea of capturing user feedback when developing your app. You told me today that you're sharing the Women Fight Back app with 50 members of your community, 50 of your friends. You want to make sure that those people that you're sharing the app with have the experience that you're hoping that they will, that the app works the way that you've designed it to. So you want to start thinking about collecting information from people. Very simple stuff, I think, would be a good start. So you ask people their first name, do they feel safer using the app? What parts of the app did they not understand or didn't work? And what do they think could be done to improve the app? And these 4 simple questions, if you ask them of all your users and then wrote it down, would give you a broad assessment, a broad understanding of where your app is working and where it isn't. And then you know how you can come back to MIT App Inventor and fix the problem or change it. That's all from me. You guys are doing fantastic work, and I look forward to hearing the next steps from you. Okay? Thanks very much.